Hi, and welcome to today's athlete feature. We are going to get straight into it. So, who are you and what is your sport?
I'm Jack Hingert and I play football or soccer for Brisbane Roar Football Club.
Awesome. Thank you for joining us today. Curious to know, how long have you been playing for?
So I've been playing for 14 years professionally, and I've been at Brisbane Roar for 12 years now.
Amazing. So, a very long career. Um,
Getting
I'd
old.
love to know, throughout your time playing, which has been a while now, very experienced, have you had something to pursue outside of sport whilst you have been playing?
Yep. So I've always been pretty keen on doing study and bettering myself professionally and preparing myself for life after football. So I've done a few different things in terms of study. I've done like real estate license. I've done like personal training, some coaching badges. I've done a diploma of business, and I'm currently doing a graduate diploma of sports administration through the Australian College of Physical Education. So I've got 1 year left of that. So I've kept myself pretty busy, and I've also got a bit of a side business on the side. So that's keeping me pretty busy throughout my career.
100%. So it's clear that you have been well versed in the importance of preparing for life after sport, and it sounds like you have all bases covered. I would love to hear a little bit more about the your business that you've started. We spoke about it briefly before, so sorry if you have to repeat yourself, but I'd love to know more about that.
Yep. So the business we started is called 19, and the reason we got that name is I wear number 19. My jersey number is number 19, and my business partner Osaka he played for Brisbane Roar years ago, and he wore number 19 as well. So it's kind of something that meant something to both of us. So we thought that was a pretty cool name for us to have. And yeah, we've always been really interested in doing something outside of football, starting a business. We were always kind of into fashion, and we were kind of looking at starting like a bag business, travel backpacks, duffel bag, toiletry bags. But the real moment came about when some of our teammates who were having kids would turn up to lunches and coffees with their wife's feminine nappy bag, sorry, pink floral nappy bag. And obviously, as you can imagine, a few of the boys got a good laugh out of that. I had a bit of banter and a bit of a joke about it, and that's kind of what made us start looking into nappy bags. And obviously has led to us creating 19, which is obviously a nappy bag business now that we've started, and it's something that's inclusive and it's designed for all parents, for mums, dads, the parents in same-sex relationships. But yeah, I think the biggest gap that we noticed was that there wasn't really anything in the Australian market that was targeted towards men and towards dads. And the way that society is these days, it's gone away from the old traditional kind of mums at home with Barb and dads off at work, that type of thing. It's the roles have reversed in a lot of cases now. So it's you start to see dads that are a lot more involved in parenting, and we love to see that too. So we thought we'd create something that kind of, I guess, helps out with that and promotes that as well, which is where it came about. So we've created a really nice looking high end kind of premium nappy bag. And that's something that dads really love to carry and enjoy carrying. And being a new dad myself, I've been enjoying using it. So it's something that we created, and we wanted to create something that gave parents that feel of high end, luxurious kind of designer, I guess, type product, but you don't have to pay the designer price for it.
100%. I've seen them and I want to get one, and I am very, very far away from babies if and when that ever ends up happening. But they're a very great product, and it's clear that there's a clear need for it as well. So, congratulations. I think it's a great idea. I would love to
Thank
know a
you.
little bit more about once you realized, okay, we want to perhaps start this. I think especially with a lot of younger athletes going through organisations, like it sounds like you might have had some work with the PFA, and that I know that they're really encouraging for people to do something away from sport and to prepare themselves. Once you realised you wanted to do something, how did you actually make it happen? Because I think there's like a massive step from listening and going, yes, okay, like we're going to do something after sport and we understand that's important, and then actually taking that step to making it possible.
Yeah, I think the PFA have had a massive impact on my attitude towards bettering myself outside of football, preparing myself for life after football. They come in every season, a couple times a season, obviously giving us opportunities to go and study and promoting different things. And they've even got an education fund that goes back to athletes. If we do study, we do get some funding from the PFA. So it's something that really does, I guess, or it should, I think, excite younger athletes. And there's no reason why young athletes shouldn't be getting involved in this sort of thing, especially if you're getting the funding. And I think, I don't know, I've always been open to doing that sort of thing. Again, PFA were probably the main reason as to why I started. They kept promoting and trying to push us to all, start study something, or even just think about what else you're interested in. What would you like to do? Or have you thought about what you're going to do when you finish playing? Because a lot of young athletes don't think about that. They think, oh, I've got my whole football career ahead of me. And then the amount of athletes I know that have retired or got to the, last couple of years and they've gone, oh, what am I going to do when I finish? They haven't even thought about it, or they haven't even started to try and prepare themselves for it. So, yeah, it definitely started from the PFA. And I think my parents have always kind of been on my back about doing things as well outside of football, whether it's coaching. I know my dad really wants me to get involved in coaching. He's always pushing me to do my coaching badges. So I've had, I've been lucky that my parents have pushed me that way as well. But we get so much free time, obviously outside of training. We work hard when we're training, but one of the best things about our lifestyle is that we do get that bit of time in the afternoons, or we'll get 1 or 2 days off a week, or after a game. We do get quite a lot of time, even sitting in hotels and that sort of thing when we travel. We do have time to study and to try and learn things. And yeah, I guess from the minute I think I started playing, the PFA came in, talked to us, and I think it just sparked an interest in me. I wasn't actually sure of what I wanted to do, but I was like, you know what, I think I'm interested in this. So I did, personal training course. Or I think I'm interested in this now. I did a real estate license. And obviously now I'm getting more into the business side of things. So I'm doing a lot more study that's more focused on business. But yeah, I didn't necessarily know exactly what I wanted to do. It was more about, if I think I'm interested in that, why don't I do something? And I'll soon know. And even if I don't end up using that, it's still going to help me at some point. And it gives me more options. The more I've done, the more options I'm going to have when I do finish playing. So I can't stress enough how important it is for young athletes to start preparing themselves and to really make the most out of the time that you do have now. Because I think you can get caught up just worrying about football or your sport, throughout your whole career. And I actually believe that having something outside of football helps you perform better on the pitch anyway, because you need a getaway. You need something to go to and get your mind off football as well when you are away from that. So I think you can actually drive yourself crazy if you're just thinking about your sport and your performance constantly 24/7. So it's something that obviously you need to be mindful of, but at the same time you need to get away. And I think there's no better way than trying to better yourself, professionally and outside of your sport, study wise.
100%. I think that's really interesting you say that. I was just doing some writing on this kind of topic today, about like how is an athlete supposed to know what they want to do if they have no idea what they want to do. But I think you hit the nail on the head that it's okay if you don't know what you want to do. It's just trying, doing something, realizing, okay, I don't like this. And it's like, you don't have to necessarily decide what you do like. You just have to slowly figure out what you don't like along the way. And then doing that, you will find what you want to do eventually. So yeah, very,
Exactly.
very spot on there. Thank you for sharing.
No
If
problem.
there was one piece of advice you would give your younger self, or someone who finds themselves in similar shoes to you, what do you think that would be? What would you do differently?
I think I still could have probably done a bit more and put a bit more time into this stuff we've been talking about in terms of study. I'm probably someone who has done probably more than a lot of others have in terms of athletes and outside of sport, but I think I could have done more. I might have even been able to start a bit earlier and get some more things done. And then the other thing I think would be, this is more related to sport, is probably, back yourself more, have more confidence throughout your career and try and, keep trying to do things that, might change a game, or little moments in games when you are playing. Really, really back yourself. Don't leave anything to question, and come back from a game thinking like, oh, maybe I should have tried to do that. Oh, I wish I'd tried that. Back yourself and put yourself a confidence. And there's nothing wrong with making a mistake. It's more about having a positive mindset and trying to make positive decisions.
Amazing. Thanks so much, Jack, for your time today.
No worries at all. Thanks for having me.